We've been lucky to be close friends as well as brothers for our entire lives. And I am very honored that he chose me to be his best man tonight. And you do need to pay attention. For those of you who were at my wedding, it's kind of an inside joke, but I wasn't paying attention apparently. Neal has always been a bigger guy. When he came out, he was 9 pounds, 10 ounces roughly. And as a 4-year-old, I chose a very suitable nickname. He was my little Tito. So if anyone wants to call him that tonight, go for it. Other than tonight, you probably wouldn't be allowed to. I know I can't ever. He's also rather tough. One of my favorite stories from when we were young, he was about 6, maybe 7 years old. We spent a lot of time tobogganing as a family, as Bill and I, Neal and Kate, we all went. Amy came a little later. But we'd been going for a while, and Neal had a somewhat severe grasp, but as normal, he didn't really faze him, he just kept going. About a half hour later, we go home, and he was complaining that his boot was squishing. We go in the house and take it off and realize his boot is basically full of blood. And he didn't even know he was hurt. So, he ended up being taken to the hospital and he needed stitches actually. He didn't know he was cut, so he's a very tough, very strong guy. Always been impressive because I've been more the women. So being 4 years older was pretty even fights. Several years further along, Neal was 12 or 13. This is a little bit more embarrassing story for him. I gotta get a few of those just because of the fact, you know, I am his brother. Jill and I were working together at a tree nursery, and so we carpooled. And this was, well, I don't know if it was before the time of text messaging or cell phones, but it was for our parents anyway. We arrived home to fire trucks in our backyard in the acreage, and we were a little surprised. Apparently Neal had been sent out to burn garbage in a burning barrel. It was very, very windy. A few magazines or newspapers blew out and basically lit the whole quarter section of our house on fire. And yeah, so that was an exciting day for sure. He's been made fun of for that for years, but I don't think I'll ever let it go. I'm going to move on to Emily now. When I first started hearing about you, I didn't meet you for probably the first month, but I heard a lot about you, and I could tell that Neal was completely taken with you. He suddenly had way less free time. I never saw him. I think every weekend you guys hung out since, which is awesome. I don't mind. The most vivid memory I have is actually before I met you. Neal asked me to go shopping for you a Christmas present. And he didn't have a lot of experience buying women's clothing. But he wanted to buy her Lululemon pants. So I said I would help out, but I had never seen Emily. I knew a little more about buying women's clothing being married for a while. So we spent the first part of our time in the store looking at other people's legs. That's probably the most G-rated version. And Neal will say it was mannequins, because we knew inside of them. Anyway, I believe the pants ended up fitting her perfectly. So, anyway, that was an interesting story. I just had to let Emily know that. She would have never known that. But just seeing you, being a little more serious, seeing you guys together now, just even today, and getting ready for the wedding, you're absolutely perfect together. Obviously, you're made for each other. And I'm excited for you and for me to be around you for the rest of your lives. It's just amazing. I know you know this, Emily, but Neal is the most steadfast, honest guy you can find. And he's been a great brother for my whole life. Just anytime I need anything, I can ask him for anything. He's always there for me. And Emily, I know you keep him organized. Maybe there's one drawback. And yeah, it's awesome. Here's to the wonderful bride and groom.